Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to RAF Valley. Yes, it is not RAF Lossiemouth, it is not the Highlands of Scotland, it is RAF Valley, which of course is on the island of Anglesey in North Wales. And this is the new freeware scenery from Natini, by the way. It's the, let me get the screen up so I can give you the proper details, just so that you know where the hell have you gone. There it is. So yeah, this is it's kind of like a Natini is taking on the work from, it's not Natini, it's Natani, my apologies. So yeah, they've taken on the work that Scale 300 and Super Spud were doing and kind of updated it, and yeah, it's looking rather splendid. So we're not here to fly the Hawk, we're over here with 202 Squadron. Now we are 202 Squadron here. This is old school 202 Squadron. This is what 202 Squadron used to fly. Well, actually they didn't. The livery is. This is what 202 Squadron used to fly. This is a gorgeous Sea King that did spend some time up at RAF Lossiemouth and is now being looked after by those splendid chaps at Historic Helicopters. By the way, they've got a cracking new YouTube channel talking about the restoration work that they're doing. But we are using this wonderful repaint here by Demo Designs, and this is X-Ray Zulu 588. On, of course, the Hype Performance Group H145. But over there is 202 Squadron as it is now, and it's a training squadron now, training people to do search and rescue or, you know, more advanced kind of stuff. I say search and rescue. Of course, the RAF doesn't do search and rescue in the way that it did back when they were yellow. But I believe they do kind of advanced training, winching and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, okay, so let's jump in the cockpit and let's take off the head tracking, and let me just quickly run through what we are doing. By the way, no Squadron Dog today. Station Commander RAF Valley said you are not bringing Squadron Dog down from Lossie and having Aspen running around the apron. So poor little thing's been left at home. Anyway, we are using the H145 from Hype Performance Group, of course. We are using the H145 Action Pack Expansion, which is what allows us to do missions. Hello, we have a Huey. Always nice to see a Huey. By the way, while I'm waffling, it gives you a bit more time to get in. If anyone wants to join, we are on the Western Europe server. You won't be able to see the mission assets, but at least you'll be able to fly along, and who knows where we're going to end up. So, yeah, so they're the two pieces from High Performance Group. Then we have got the Davierosoft Random and Anywhere. That's what it's called on flightsim.to, but everywhere else it's called Random and Everywhere mod, which is what enables us to get these random, highly realistic, simulated time constraints, all that kind of thing. That's what chucks all that at us, which is pretty cool. And then we've got the Kickers voice mod with radio effects, and you'll hear that as the crew talk to us and that kind of thing. And then we've got the M. Gonzalez H145 realistic sound pack. I don't think I've left anything out. I think that's pretty much everything that is in there. Hello to everyone in the chat. Sim Pilot, Slight Flight, and Ash, good to see you. I have cheated with the weather. The real or live weather at the moment, the sky is similarly cast as it is here, maybe a bit more cloud, but the wind is ridiculous. The wind is when I loaded in was something like 30 knots plus. The problem with the H145 in 2024 anyway, which is where I'm really flying it these days, is that once the wind gets to 25 plus, then the helicopter starts behaving strangely. And I'm not talking about the helicopter is kind of accurately simulating what it's like to fly in strong winds. There's something weird going on with the coding, and you get strange behavior, like, for example, you try and put the aircraft into idle when you're on the ground, and instead the RPM increases and it overtalks, and all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff happening. So I'm on the few clouds preset, just so it behaves a bit more sensibly. And interesting, Polska Aviation in the chat has said, hopefully Random and Anywhere works. I've been having a lot of errors recently. I think the problems that we're seeing recently is that the OSM servers are getting overloaded. So I am fully expecting that we might see a few strange things happening today, but that's all part and parcel of it, and we'll see what happens. Sometimes you can change the OSM server, and that kind of fixes things a little bit, but we'll see. At the end of the day, if the servers are overloaded and we can't use them, then to hell with it. We'll go for a flight down into Snowdonia, into the mountains, and have some fun. Blah, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, okay, so I need to start concentrating instead of yapping, and let's just check. Physical controls are all working. That is marvellous. We have an empty helicopter at the moment because the chaps haven't walked out. They're still having a cup of tea. So, first things first, we need to get the mission up and running. So we go maps and missions, mission library, random and everywhere. See what I mean? Random and anywhere on the website, random and everywhere here. We will go for that. We will start everything up. And we're doing this before we turn the battery on in the helicopter, by the way. There we go. There's Frank, ground crew. Where's your uniform, sunshine? Right, that's all good. Let's have a look at the distances. Distances are... might just roll that out a little bit. There we go. Use location. I'm going to change that to... do I use a custom location? I kind of want... no, we're going to go as random as possible. So I'm going to leave it at user location. That's absolutely fine. And then we'll go single player. And it says here that we're not connected. So we've got two options. We can either fire the battery up and connect through the helicopter, or there is a Wi-Fi connection available. That possibly simulates a little bit more the fact that we're sitting in a crew room waiting for the phone to ring, rather than directly turning the helicopter on. But to hell with that, I'm going to turn the helicopter on. So we'll have battery on. And we will get some lights on because we're about to start spinning things around. Do the startup, and just looking out for the crew, because at some point the crew will start walking out. There they go. Look at that. Cue the dramatic music. Now I can hear some strange sounds going on. That's interesting. There we go. That's better. I've set up some controls.
Ready for the missions?
On a Verpil control pad, and ever since I've done that, sometimes when the helicopter loads in, it does some funny things. But
good morning, Frank.
That's all sorted out. How you doing, fellas? You all right? Sorry to interrupt your tea break.
Hey, Frank. Good morning.
I'm not Frank, by the way. Frank is the ground crew. There he is. He's just walking around doing his thing. Okay, so.
Helicopter is ready to fly.
Great stuff. Everyone is on board.
Almost full.
So now we
if you
can.
Need refueling, please ask.
Thank you, Frank. I'm trying to talk. Shut up.
Thank you, Frank.
All right. That deep husky voice is actually me, by the way. Thank you, Frank. That's the pilot character. So just waiting now for the radio to. You remember I said at the beginning about how it simulates time. It really does. It's not just. Things are instant. So now we connect. Look over here again. Power up test okay down here, which is good. While we're waiting for that, let's quickly check that. Battery is good. So now we're just waiting for a mission. We can see accept dispatch is completely greyed out at the moment. So we are sitting there having a cup of tea, having some toast, talking about what was on telly last night, and any minute now the phone's going to ring and we're going to get a shout. Isn't that right? Yes. Love that Huey. Love that Huey. Oh, we got an MH60 as well in the background. Nice to see. Slight flight. That might be the case because I'm in a repaint, perhaps. Repaints don't always play nicely. The Flying Cat, no, they haven't. This is build 500 from the Discord. We are still waiting for Hype to do updates. There's some information on their Discord around why that isn't happening. They are having a few internal issues in terms of how to, well, yeah, have a look at the Discord. It's a bit sticky at the moment, I have to say. I hope they can get it sorted out because it would be good to have it back. Now, here we go. We have got a mission, but it's not come through on the phone yet. Or it's not, we can't accept it, rather, I should say. It's come through on the phone. So we've got an injured requires medical assistance. So not a huge amount of information there at this stage, but obviously we've got someone who's injured and we need to head out there. And so we're just waiting now for that accept dispatch to light up a bit like that one there, so we can actually click it. Sometimes it just takes a little bit while for that to come through. It's kind of doing things in the background. Let's just move that there. Actually, what we can do is we can fire up the chopper because we've got the mission now. So he's about to get outside and do some work. We'll go up to the top. Quick check. We'll have prime pumps on. I'm going to go 1, 2. We already have our lights on, so that's good to go. We've done our battery checks, so that is good to go.
Area clear. Ready to start engine 1.
Okay, let's go engine 1. N1 rising, TOT rising, oil pressure rising, excellent.
GPU disconnected. Ready to go. Good day.
That's looking good.
Engine started successfully. Moving to other engine.
That purposeful stride.
Engine clear.
Okay, let's get engine 2 up to idle. So we've got M1 rising, TOT is rising. I have had a few problems with the second engine not firing up correctly, but I think we might be okay with this one. No, I think it might be stuck again. There is a solution, and I don't know why it works, but we can give that a try. Yeah, that's definitely not firing up properly. So we go. Turn that engine off, come out to here, failures, and there's nothing. Just going to check. We don't have any failures. I'm just going to do that. And we'll go back to the mission page. Okay, let's try that again. So, engine 2. M1 rising, TOT rising.
All engines started.
Okay, we've got a good start. That seems to happen to me quite a lot these days, and I've no idea why. It's really weird. It's almost like you have to going into the tablet and going to maintenance even though there's nothing wrong. It's like it somehow gives it a reset. Very odd. Okay, right, so we've got engine starts. That's all good. We can start doing some other things now. So we'll have, there we go, finally. You see what I mean about time? That bleep that you just heard is we can finally accept the mission. You can change all these parameters, by the way, so you don't have to wait. Okay, so we've got the LAVCS, we've got all that on avionics, that's good. Strobe on because we're about to start aviating. That's down there. We will accept the dispatch.
Final equipment checks. Hold on.
So the guys in the back checking they've got all their plasters and their Snickers bars ready to go. We're not going to be using the TDS GTNXI, but we do have that loaded up.
System test okay.
This can be another sticky point now, the pre-flight operations, cabin preparation. So the guys in the back are doing their thing, but what's actually happening at the moment is the mission is being built in the coding ether, and we need to see this number increase. There we go. So we've gone to 20, 31, keep going. Cabin preparation 42%. It's normal if this message stays up for 2 minutes. There you go. Because it's having to download information, it's having to talk to the server and get everything set up for us. But we need to keep that going. Definitely slow today. I have to say, I can see now what they mean by the server being overloaded. Definitely slow. Let's have a pop outside while we're waiting. Look at that, someone's parked a super yacht over there. Let's have a quick, I'll put the labels on quickly and we can see who's there. Come on you come. There we go, we got Tracer, we got... I said slight flight, but yeah, slate flights, yeah. Renidrock. Look at that. The beauty of North Wales. Anyway, oh, we got Sir DLW as well. In the Alouette. I've not seen the Alouette in here for a while. That looks more like the llama. But no, oh yeah, it is the Alouette. Not quite as bulbous as I remembered. Okay, so looks like everything's loaded up now. We've got at least one injured, waiting for information. An injured requires medical assistance. Waiting info about rescue vehicles presence. Symptoms coded in ambulance. We've got a fire engine arriving. Coded, I don't know, for some reason then I thought maybe that means it's brown bread. But we'll see. Okay, let's get the map up. Let's see where we're going. Where are we going? Are we going... Oh, okay, we're going down there. Cool. Oh, that's a nice little flight. Okay, everything's good. I'm just going to quickly check the medical diagnostic page. Okay, we've not got anything there because there's no one there yet. I've never seen coded in ambulance before. That's what's thrown me slightly. But hey, we're going to keep going. 14 years female, responsive, an injured requires medical assistance. Okay, so we've got the information there. We will close that. We have a blue line here and we have information here. That is the first time ever that I can remember that it started up a mission and I haven't had to cycle the GTN to get that to work. So that's brilliant that that's working. We're 22 miles away. We are good to go. We have got a message down here, bus tie open. That for some reason happens sometimes, very rarely, but when it does, we just pop that open and reset, close that, and back down, and we are good to go. Everything's fine. Okay, so let's get system up, and then we're going to do a quick pre-flight. Let the computer have a sniff around, just make sure everything's good. And then on the annunciator panel, just on the pilot's MFD, we'll get the pre-flight test OK, if everything's all right. Zaki, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, there we go. Pre-flight test OK. So we can now go back to previous. We can now put to you... There we go. Quick check of all that. All our lights are working. Okay, that's fine. This is where it should be. That's all good to go. Landing light on. Happy with that. Down here we have engines to flight. Oh yeah, I need to use my thing, don't I? Keep forgetting I've got these on a controller now. 1 and 2 up to flight. Watch the engines as that spools up. That's good. Okay, nice. We need this to come up to 101, and while we're waiting for that, we'll pop AP1, AP2 on. So all our systems are ready to go, and everything is good. Right, we happy in the back? There's the Doc. Doc with his sunglasses on. Always has his sunglasses on. Definitely mystical. Okay, let's have labels off now. So wind is coming from the left. It is... I haven't shown you where we are, have I? Let me quickly show you where we are. There we go. So RAF Valley here on the island of Anglesey, and we're heading to this area down here for our first mission. But of course there's Wales, so that gives you an idea of the environs. And as I said at the beginning, we are on the Western Europe server. If you want to come along, you're more than welcome. You won't see the mission assets, but you'll have a mystery flight. Right, okay, let's get into pilot mode. So just getting my, come on, head tracking, come back. There we go. Okay, everything's fine. By the way, if you're new to the H145 and you're having problems flying make sure you've got version 500 from the HPG Discord, and B, make sure you have bound the cyclic trim release so that you can hold that on, as I'm going to do now, and you can see the TR appear on the tablet there whenever you're moving the cyclic. Otherwise you're just going to be fighting the helicopter computer trim all the time. Right, shut up Rob, do some flying. Okay, so I'm going to, because the wind's over there, I'm going to lift. We will pull forward onto the taxiway, rotate left, and I'll take off down the taxiway out to sea. And I don't think we've got any fast jets messing about. There's Frank over there, just keeping an eye on us with his trusty fire extinguisher. Should we need it? Okay, head tracking, thank you. Let's go. Quick hover check. Yeah, all good. Okay. It's funny, I've not been doing much helicopter flying the last couple of weeks, and I'm the old muscle memory. Instead of trying to raise the collective in the Spitfire, I'm now trying to do differential braking. Okay, let's lift, get some forward speed. I was a little bit perturbed by the shadow of the Alouette then. It looked like it was around somewhere. I love the detail here, the old crash nets there. Okay, coming up to VY.
VY.
And now we can head on course. Just watching the speed, making sure that we don't over torque. A lovely little sailing vessel there. Zaki, yes, you can. There's Dread. How you doing? Good to see you. You've got a couple of options, one of which I've never used. There's one which is latched, which means you press a button and it kind of stays on. Or I have a I've got the old Warthog grip, which has got a very handy pinky lever trigger type configuration, and I have a cyclic trim release, or rotor trim release as I think it's called in the settings in MSFS 2024. I have that bound to that, so I can literally hold it on with my little finger when I'm moving the cyclic around, and then when I want to you know, just let the helicopter fly without me using the cyclic, I can just release it, as I will do shortly. You can see we've got the TR showing on the tablet at the moment. That's because I'm still holding it down, just because I'm making some minor corrections. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is release the cyclic trim release from the pinky finger trigger. I'm now going to go autopilot and we will couple. So now we are running on that. Now, something I didn't check because I got carried away because I saw that everything was set up otherwise. We need to set our nav to MSFS when using this, otherwise, because it's not going to follow the TDS because there's nothing on the GTNXIs. We need it to follow the mission, which is in the MSFS ether through the tablet. So now that we've done that, let's come back here. We can see that we are just about to intercept the course that's in there. It's just the buttons on the are attached to it. I've no idea what that controller is. Oh, okay. I think what you're saying is it's kind of hard to hold something on. Yeah, that's the beauty of this pinky trigger thing on the Warthog. You hardly need any kind of pressure really to be able to do anything with it. Okay, I'm just going to knock the speed down a little bit. We're 10 minutes out from casualty. We can put that up now. That's all good. Okay. We are configured. There we go. So there's our super yacht. There's the Alouette. There's the 500. I feel guilty. I have the Alouette, but I rarely fly it. I used to fly the Llama a lot, and then when the 500 came out, that's my Spitfire of the helicopter world. Let's have a quick get the labels up. There we go. Furtail in the H125. That's another one I rarely fly. Oh, I think he's got some potential for formation flying going on there. There's running drop. Now, Tor over there. I know he's not with us, but I wonder if that's a. Wonder if that's the Tornado. That could be interesting. Okay, let's get back in the. I'm always nervous leaving the cockpit in the H145 because it does some funny things when you're away from it. It can suddenly throw you into the ground in a very rude kind of way. Polska, 3 maps better than 1. All the maps. Yeah, I think you mean the other way round, Blah. But I know what you mean. I guess, okay, let me be more specific. So, nice analog, steam gauge, seat of the pants, hasn't got the stability systems. You can just whack it around and have some fun with it. Slight flight. My engine keeps dying. Okay. Really, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Blah. I'm not sure what you're saying really to. I think the Spitfire is definitely older than the MD500. But I don't know if you were joking. Perhaps you were joking. Perhaps I missed that. Okay, so it is, yeah. But the Spitfire The Spitfire is from the late 1930s. And then obviously into World War II. Okay, just having a quick check there. We've got some high ground coming up. Just looking at a good route in. So yeah, we could actually... There we go, route round there. Looks like we've got some strange... it looks like there's buildings on the top of the mountain there. I think the autogen bot has gone bananas. So where is it? Is it Pwllheli? Yeah, I think it's Pwllheli we're going to. So, okay, so I'm going to take it off. We're going to go onto heading mode. And I'm just going to take us in between those peaks. The scenery here is quite amazing. There's a lot of mining, like quarrying, slate mining, that sort of thing around here. So you see some really interesting features in the landscape, which of course is the beauty of the MSFS series now. You get so much detail in the ground, especially in 2024. It's incredible. Fibro, how you doing? Good to see you. So we are 5 minutes out, or we would be if we were going as the crow flies. Charles, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Good to have you along. Hey Binky, how you doing? Good to see you. I mean, that scenery is just lovely, isn't it? See that detail in the side there where they've cut away into the rock. Just going to use a little nav map to see if I can get a bit more detail. It doesn't really say much, just says Seahorn hiking area. But looking at the Google Maps, that's definitely, I would say, an old slate mine.
Terrain ahead.
Okay.
Terrain ahead.
All right, love. We're going into the mountains, so we can inhibit that because we can see the mountains. We don't need that to tell us. And I am now going to got the cyclic trim release on. Now I'm going to take the autopilot off, and now I'm taking manual control. I guess because this is an old slate mine and there are some buildings around, there must have been some buildings on the top of that hill, but they've been well and truly Dunder Mifflin auto-genned. See some buildings over there as well, but you get the idea with the way that hillside has been cut into
500
to extract whatever it was. Okay, let's check the nav. We can just come around here a little bit. It is so nice. I love to fly as much live as I can, so you know, live date, live time, live weather, and it's really nice now that spring is sprunging, that we're starting to get some more colour back and everything. I've got the Bijan season, so that really in winter, that if you have the terrain masking, it really takes the colour out. But that is nice. Nice to have some greenness back again.
Fire engine confirmed on scene.
Okay, so that's the dock. Dock is linked to the ground, so he's just telling us a bit more information. The fire engine has arrived on location, and that's actually happening. I know people who watch these or use it know this, but it still tickles me if you don't use this and you don't know. There are actually vehicles, emergency vehicles, attending. There are actually police cars and ambulances and fire engines, and they don't just magically necessarily appear on site. They will drive to the location from their home base. So again, it's simulating the time that it takes for the emergency vehicles to get where they need to be. Zaki, yeah, I know what you mean. If there was, I'd probably do the fire missions a lot more. But I don't really like. I used to build my own missions before I got into Random and Anywhere, but because you know where everything is, it kind of takes the interest out of it. Okay, we're 1 minute out, so I need to start switching on and getting ready for this. We could do with having a quick look. Get an idea of what we've got. So we've got residential area, beach. We've got somewhere here we can potentially land on. Yeah, we'll have a look when we get there. Fibro, yes, that's all part of the Random and Anywhere mod that I'm using for these missions. A lot of the stuff that's happening in this stream is a result of the Random and Anywhere mod that I'm running with it, including all the voice messages. Although the voices themselves are from another mod, a lot of the functionality is coming from the mod, the Random and Anywhere mod, or Random and Everywhere. Okay.
Crew, we are approaching the landing site.
So we'll just do a quick recce. I can see the fire engine. Oh, we've got plenty. We can put it right down on the grass there. I can see the fire engine. Doesn't look like we've got an ambulance, although it said coded in ambulance. Okay, interested to see what's happening here. This is unusual. Normally there'd be an ambulance there as well. And the fact that it said coded in ambulance makes me wonder if something else is going on. But we'll take it. We'll see what happens. So wind is there. So really what we need to do is come back round. And then we'll just slide over here. I'm going to kill the tablet because I know where I'm going. Give us some better visibility. There's a fire engine, so I'm going to put it down on the grass right next to the fire engine. Oh, the wind direction. Did the wind direction just change, or have I imagined that? What is the wind? 3 knots. Okay, I'm going to ignore wind direction for landing because it's very tiny, and we're just going to put her down with the 3 knots crosswind. We can deal with that.
We are reasonably close.
That'll do. Okay, let's get engines to idle. Remember, I need to use my controller. There we go. Let everything wind down. Zaki, I can see the wind direction on the pilot's MFD here. You see that arrow? That arrow gives you the direction and the intensity of the wind. There it is. Here we go. What a venerable helicopter. I mean, Taug's modelling is just beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. It might not be the prettiest helicopter for me, but the modelling is... Oh, building. Absolutely. Get out the way, building. Absolutely superb, isn't it? The detail. Right, there's my chaps. Come on. Striding. This is the Royal Air Force. They do everything purposefully. I just heard. You can hear the casualty. Lads, why are you hanging around over here when my lads are going over here? Where are you going? There must be... Casualty must be in here somewhere. Sometimes they're in a building. Yep, they're in this building. There she is. Come on, Royal Air Force to the rescue. Someone put the kettle on. So, they are now going to do their thing. You can see they're working on the patient. We're going to jump back in, and then I can show you on the tabletto, for that is what it's called, if I get the right click spot, and then we go to medical diagnostic page. This is where we find out about the patient, and now that our lads, our team, our doctor and our advanced paramedic are on site, we get more information. We've got a name in there now. Injured person in apartment, status upon medical arrival responsive, and they've assigned a code 3. So code 3 is no risk to life. Got a life score of 79. One could say, why have you wasted His Majesty's Royal Air Force time by coming out? There's nothing wrong with you, love. You could have gone in an ambulance or something, but nonetheless, we do as we are asked. And that is what we're going to do. Sir DLW, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I prefer the llama to the Alouette. I think it's better looking, but I can't help but be impressed by the modelling. It just looks superb, doesn't it, in terms of the detail and everything. Okay, a bit more information came up there. What have we got? Diagnostic, undefined. We've got a heart rate now, 84 beats per minute, and we've got an oxygen saturation level at 98.1%. Life score is still 79, so that's good. That will change, by the way, in more serious cases as we get on board, or as the patient is on board and we're flying. That can go up or down. The patient can deteriorate, or they can get better, because it simulates the fact that the crew are obviously still working on the patient and monitoring the patient as we fly. So what's happening now is that the guys are just coming out to get the stretcher. There's the machine that goes ping. Heave! Meanwhile, God, the co-pilot, do you know, a female in trouble, and suddenly everyone wants to be a hero. Everybody, all the crew, have gone. Incredible. It's just me. Now, something I should point out as well, I should have said that at the beginning. If I go back to this screen, if I can get the click spot. Back to dispatch screen. Come on, there we go. Info from Doctor. Estimated ground operation time 4 minutes. Excuse me. For 4 minutes, I'm not going to close the engines down. If that came up with anything particularly long, then we would close the engines down as well. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that in this case, because by the time we've closed everything down, we'll have to start everything up again. Zaki, I have started. Where are we going? Orthopedic. Yeah, we'll take that. Where did I get back to? Zaki, I've started working on a Bell 412 model. I'll see how far I get. Hopefully you'll be able to fly one day. Oh, that sounds interesting. You're right, Dredd. Sometimes you get some very strange things going on. Now, that hospital looked like it was a... Sometimes the hospital can be a bit of a distance. It will assign a hospital to you. And sometimes they can be... Wow, okay, that's alright. Actually, do you know what? I don't mind that. I don't mind that. We're going over towards Wrexham. Absolutely happy with that, because if anything... Yeah, Oswald Street. That gives us a nice flight through Snowdonia. So look at that. We are saving virtual lives. Well, not really. Not really, because there's not a great deal wrong with her. Yeah. Right, are we done now, lads? Honestly, showing off.
Secured, ready to fly.
Okay, let's get engines to flight. It's interesting. Noticed a little error message come up there. Okay, we'll leave that there. Gives him something to look at. He likes looking at his map. Okay, engines are looking okay, but let's have a quick look here. Yes, yes, yes. Wait for that to get to 101. That's got 101. Good to go. Obstacles, buildings over there. We're kind of surrounded by buildings, really. I can't see if there's anything behind me, but what I'm going to do is we're going to lift. And then, okay, we've got the MH60 there. We're going to lift and then I'm going to head off in that direction into wind. Okay, engines in flight. Nothing on the enunciator that we need to worry about. Let's go. Nice to see a backup Chinook is here as well. Always good to have a backup Chinook. Quick hover check. Yep, all good. Continue lifting. Slow rotation. And oh no, the wind's coming the other way, you Burke. You absolute wally. I'm sure the direction's changed. Is it me or is the direction wafting around a bit? There we go. Sorry everybody. Near miss with the 500 and the Chinook there. Okay. We're all good.
VTOS.
Do a turn over the golf course. It's Saturday morning, so they'll all be out there playing golf. Over Pwtheli. Nice little harbour down there, isn't there? And I'm actually, I hate to say it, I am chuffed to bits that we're having to go all the way over there. Normally it's a pain when the hospital is so far away. But we get to go right through the heart of Snowdonia. That's kind of cool. Okay, watch the speed. Off the trim release. On with the autopilot. Couple it. Checking that that's all set. Watch the speed again, because especially on autopilot it will chuck you into a overtalk situation. Now we are getting an error message on that. I think that's probably something weird going on with the server, so I'm just going to leave that there. I don't know if you can change the OSM when you're mid-mission. I'll tell you what we could do. Okay, let's lock head tracking. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I can really change much right now. I shall leave that at that level. Got Criccieth over there. There is a castle at Criccieth. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. I think. No, wrong button. Yeah, maybe if we were a bit closer it might be there. Maybe if we were closer. Just JX said caravan site to the left of you is where I have a caravan there. Oh yeah, I can see that on the map. Just kind of, it's over there. I'm not looking at you, mate, I'm looking out the window. Over there somewhere, yeah. Okay, so quick check. Engine's doing what it should do. Happy with all those, so we can get the wrong one, get that on. This has reminded me, I wonder, there is a random and everywhere Discord, by the way, which is a really good place to go to for any issues. I vaguely remember seeing something on there about the issue that I'm seeing there, or it's gone now, with the thing saying that things are blocked. I will have a check on that later. But yeah, I know Andrew is working on a new version, which I know is designed to get around some of the weird little things that are happening at the moment. A lot of it is out of his control. Things like, you know, what's happening on the OSM servers. There's not a lot he can do, but he's trying to optimize the mod itself so that it does its thing better. Right, quick check of the speed before I jump out. Let's jump out and get the old labels up. It's so nice to see so many helicopters up in the air. You can hear that Chinook. Isn't it stunning? I took a Chinook for the flight the other day for the first time in a long time. And it's very interesting to fly after flying a conventional single rotor. But the sound is just beautiful. Look at that scenery. This sim, the scenery is stunning. And I have to say Atmos kind of helps with the realism. So we've got some mountains coming up, so we need to get a bit of a climb in. So I'm just slowing up a little bit, and then I'm putting an input in on my cyclic hat on the beat trim just to set an altitude. Now watching the power ribbon on the left, because as you can see we're starting to see some red lines there. That's because we're putting a climb command in that's needing to pull pitch, and boy does it like to. The computer loves to just say, well, you want more power, here you go, wallop, and suddenly you're over talking. And I'm not talking about the pilot. By the way, we have a Discord. The Streamlabs has been very ably pinging the link into the chat. If you're watching this on the recording of this stream, there is a link to the Discord down below. Fantastic bunch of people. Discord is only as good as the community, and we have got a cracking community. Really nice mix of people, including some real world pilots, all ages, all experiences. Got a section on general aviation, section on helicopters, section on warbirds, all the stuff that this channel is kind of steeped in. So if you want to come along, if you're on Discord and you want to come along and say hello, then please do. Okay, let's keep some climbing. I am going to start hand flying shortly once we get into the mountains, because the patient in the back, I don't know if you heard, but the patient in the back just said, we've got all the time in the world. I'm quite happy if you want to go wanging around the mountains and have some fun. So, didn't she? Don't you pretend she didn't. She did. Doc, didn't she? Doc, didn't she say she what? Yeah. Yeah, the winchman. Didn't she say she wanted to? No. Oh, you see, they're all going to do the whole plausible deniability thing, aren't they? I can tell. Look at that scenery. Look at the detail. My God. Sorry, I do it on every flight, but Sometimes this sim just amazes me. Okay, time to take manual control. So trim release on, hand on my collective lever as well, and blop, take off the autopilot.
500.
Pulling the nose back a little bit and increasing our climb rate. And here we have the splendor of the mountains. I love being in the mountains. There is something about being in mountains. It's almost like I've got an extra battery pack, and that extra battery pack gets connected, and I get this kind of wild excitement. Mad, isn't it? Stone walls down there. Obviously a wow, I've not flown that in a long time. Who's that? Just JX. Yeah, I've not flown the Optica in ages. I remember doing a video saying that it was going to be my my aircraft for exploring scenery, and then I got into helicopters and that was it. Okay, we're just coming over the top. Now, I once got told off by a Welshman on a video for not learning all the proper pronunciations for places. So I'm going to avoid, because this is random and anywhere, I obviously didn't know where we were going to go. Oh my god, look at this. Look at this scenery. This is a flight simulator. But look at this. Get out of the way, tablet. Just amazing. I totally forgot what I was talking about now. I got carried away. That must be lovely, blah. Oh, the French Alps are gorgeous. Never been there, but I've flown there a few times in the sim, and it is just stunning up there. Funny enough, I work with a lot of French people, and one of them was telling me last week about how he'd just had a skiing trip in the French Alps, and it sounded magnificent. Oh, looks like we've got a bit of a line there between two bits of Bing data. This sim is just made for helicopters. There's so much detail that you can just fly around exploring and see what's going on. Zaki, do you have any enhancements? Okay, so let me think. I've got Atmos running, which is changing the look of the sky. I have got Bijan Seasons, which changes the trees and also changes masking, although I think that's more winter. I don't know if it's doing much at the moment. That's kind of it, really. Got Orbex POIs, but we're not really seeing anything for that. So a lot of this should be what you'd see if you didn't have any of those other bits on. Dread, I know you hate MSFS. I think every stream you tell us how yeah. I think it depends. I think it depends what you're flying, Dread.
500.
I think there's a lot of real-world pilots that are quite happy with some of the add-ons, the third-party aircraft add-ons. But I know there are still some people that will swear that P3D or X-Plane is where it's at for flight models, and undoubtedly they are very good. I saw a X-Plane the other day. I think it was a screenshot, someone flying a helicopter in X-Plane, and it looked a lot better than I would have imagined, and I was almost tempted to give it a try, but I just don't have the time to invest at the moment in, you know, getting a new sim and learning how it works and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we are 15 minutes out from Oswestry, but in the meantime we have got this gorgeous scenery to fly through. was very lucky as a, well, lucky in some ways. As a kid, I
500.
went to school in North Wales. Went to a boarding school in North Wales because the old man was in the military and we were moving around all the time and all that kind of stuff. And we used to get trips out into Snowdonia, do some hill climbing, a bit of camping, that kind of thing, and it was very nice. But while I was there, we moved to the Highlands of Scotland, and yeah, the Highlands kind of eclipsed Snowdonia for me, but nonetheless, it is gorgeous. MSFS is an accident. It was never supposed to be a flight sim. Oh, Miles. Brilliant question. There is one coming. Taug is... I say Taug. I saw someone pronounce it Taog. So I'd love to know, is it Taug or Taog?
500.
Anyway, he is working on a Sea King. So really looking forward to seeing that. And my dream is to be able to do random and anywhere in a Sea King. Just like this one. Yes, X-Ray Zulu 588. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, when I was up at Lossie, that was the kind of yellow bird that was flying around, and I'd love to be able to do that in the sim. What the hell was that? Something just blipped in there. Oh, it was probably my bone dome. Sometimes as you move your head around, it's not going to do it now. Your pilot figure suddenly appears. Right, we're coming up Llyn Tegid, which is probably not pronounced like that, and I probably just offended someone. I must admit, I thought this was Lake Bala when I was flying up, but hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, that's Bala at the end. Bala Lake Hotel. Oh, that must be the Welsh for it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, this is Bala. This is quite a well-known place. There's quite a bit of water sports going on in here. In real life, I seem to remember. I haven't, Zaki, but I will do at some point. I need to get down there. I was just saying before, they've got a really cracking YouTube channel, and I definitely need to get down there and have a look. Okay, I'm just going to blip us back onto autopilot now while we're here, and just watching the speed. Put the wrong... Stop messing around with the buttons. There we go. There we go. There's the overtalk. You see that? Very quickly. So I'm going to take control. That's what happens. Very quickly the autopilot slams you into deathly overtalk. So you have to be ready to take that back. Okay. Ease that forward again. Blah, I didn't see the Chinook because I was looking down, but if a Chinook went overhead, we'd definitely have problems. Yes. Okay, let's have a quick check. Everything's fine. It's all good. Fuel is fine. realised I hadn't coupled we're still on heading mode, so let's get that over there. One of the things I love about the H145, and especially in VR, is that this cockpit is so kind of tangible. They put so much detail into it, and it really does feel like you're in a space. You can even, not that you can do anything with it, but the old hanger there for your headset, you can mess about with that. Really nice. The thing that's a little bit gutting is that the windscreen wipers don't actually wipe the rain off the windscreen when you're flying. That would be kind of cool, but small things. Alex, cheers, good to have you along. Thanks for joining. Heading out on the Ducati. God, don't blame you. Actually, Dread, you reminded me saying turbulence wakes are very broken. If you're flying multiplayer, then it's best to have that turned off, because not because it causes highly realistic wake turbulence that are a challenge to fly in. It's because it absolutely screws with the FPS, and that can really kind of break it. I don't know. The autopilot's got it. Let me see if I change it. Yeah. Don't know. That's the autopilot. There you go, Dread. Yeah, exactly. I had real issues with streaming and stuttering going on, and very luckily a chap joined the stream, Dr. Bishop, who will always be recognised for helping me. Dr. Bishop joined and said, have you tried turning the wake turbulence off? And I thought, what has wake turbulence got to do with FPS? But I did it, and by God, he was absolutely right. As soon as I tried everything, I tried graphic settings, I tried multiplayer settings, because it only ever happened when I was streaming with multiplayer. Yeah, turned that wake turbulence off, and everything was absolutely fine. Yeah, it is definitely slipping, isn't it? I wonder if I can manually try and give it some rudder
500.
Rudder input. Okay, I'm going to take control back actually at this stage. Just to get us over this hill. Love the little detail of the rocks there. Okay, happy with that. Speed is okay. The autopilot's not going to kill us with that. Autopilot back on and couple. Okay, so this time round it looks like it's a bit more balanced out, a little bit more coordinated. I can see that we're not slipping. I wonder if it's a weird thing where okay, we can experiment with this. Okay, I'm taking back control. Autopilot off. I'm going to bring us off the blue line. Seven minutes out, so I need to switch on to mission shortly, but let's try something. And then I'm going to wang us back round towards the blue line, and I'm going to keep some rudder in as I... Okay, let's put that there, and then I'm going to put the autopilot on, and I'm going to couple it, and let's see if it does. I wonder if it's going to keep the... Yeah, it's keeping that slipping, isn't it? So it's actually holding the... in terms of the anti-torque pedal movement, it's actually holding that on, I think. I'm going to let it intercept the blue line, and then we'll see, and then I'll see if I can make a manual correction. But yeah, well noted, Blar. You're obviously of the observant type. Oh, I've just seen your comment. To hover and turn off autopilot whilst holding the pedal, then release. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of doing a similar thing, but not quite. But you can see it's holding the pedals. Mind you, I have got a damper on my pedals as well, but no, I think it's holding it. Okay, so let's see it turn us back on course. Or is it going to keep sliding? We're intercepting. We're intercepting. I'm just nudging the speed forward a little bit. I tell you what I see a lot of, Dread, but only in some aircraft, is that turbulence in that really lower portion of flight. And it seems to be, I mean, it can actually seem to vary, but especially in Warbird, sometimes you get down low, normally when you're trying to do an approach in a tail dragger, and just at the last minute, the damn thing is all over the shop. Okay, so there we go. We've intercepted, or we're pretty much intercepting the course there, and we are slipping. Interesting. Okay, so I'm now going to do a manual. I'm putting in some anti-torque input on the pedal. And I'm really having to push. And now I'm going to release. Gently release. Okay, it's kind of holding it. Okay, so that's interesting. So the autopilot has the helm, but I can still manually set there. There you go. One of those funny little quirks. Okay, we're coming up on destination. We're 3 minutes out. We are going to the hospital. Blimey. Come on. Let's have a look. Now, of course, with this sim, you never quite know what kind of helipad you're coming into. And I don't think, because of this weird thing with the maps, I don't know if we'll be able to get a good close look. But that is where we're going, to that hospital. So hopefully we've got a nice clear helipad. Sometimes, depending on the shape of the helipad, a Sobo Autogen plonks a building down on it or something like that. But hopefully that's pretty good. Your job is to keep looking at that map and pay it some attention and have a think about it, alright? Right, we all right in the back, lads? We are coming in. Yeah, all good. Okay, so 2 minutes out. I'm going to take back control. Autopilot off, and we can start a descent. There's Oswald Street over there, and Chirk over there somewhere. And it looks like the hospital's just off the A5. It's been a long time since I've driven on the A5 past Oswald Street. So let's keep that descent in. Let's have a quick check. Come on, get the click spot. I don't want that. Back to main screen.
2 nautical miles from the hospital.
Let's check on the patient. 86. So you can see that's improved. She was what, 79, I think. She's now 86. So that's an indication that the doc in the back has been able to tend to her injuries, and she's doing much better. Okay, 1 minute out. So we'll come over to the hospital. We're going to do a quick recce just to see what the lay of the land is. I can actually see the hospital now. I'm visual with what I think is the helipad. I'm going to close the tabletto. There's backup Chinook. Backup Chinook already doing a recce, thank you. That's what a backup Chinook is all about. Now, at this stage, it looks like the helipad is nice and clear. The wind is coming from behind us, so my intention is to do one pass over the helipad. We'll turn on the fields beyond, and then we'll come back in and land on.
500.
Yeah, helipad's looking nice and clear.
Destination in sight.
Although I
Medical crew
think
is waiting on landing spot.
there's a helicopter potentially already over it. Oh, there's already people down. Yeah, that helipad looks nice and clear. Okay, so we'll just bring around. Mindful of the Chinook. Coming over the car park. Similar configuration to Raigmore in a way, isn't it? See the hospital crew down there with the gurney. It's quite a small helipad this actually compared to Raigmore. And because it's just photo scenery, I'm not sure how lumpy bumpy it's going to be, but let's see. So that doesn't look too bad actually. Let's just inky it forward a little bit. We're down. Okay, engines to idle. Okay, come on. What's going on with engine 1? And come on, there we go. Right, lads, are you ready? Hey, I know you've enjoyed the flight, you've enjoyed the scenery. Yep. We've all
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you
we've
are
all had
clear
a
to start
nice
operations.
a nice trip, but now we need to do our job. So you need to get out and unload the patient. So that's the hospital crew about to get decapitated. Well done, lad. Splendid haircut there, courtesy of the H500 barbershop. No, listen, safety first, all right? This is the Royal Air Force. Good God. Okay, there's our chaps getting out now. Let's jump outside. So they're now going to do a handover with the hospital crew. Transfer from our very expensive, highly technical Royal Air Force stretcher to their bog standard NHS hospital stretcher. The RAF stretcher, of course, comes with cup holders and a little USB-C charging port. Guy, how you doing? Good to see you. Roto Jez, who's just joined in the chat. He works for this lot. There it is again. That's the third time I've shown it, guys. So that was just a quick one. There we go. So, hospital crew now taking the patient away. All this is simulated. And usually, my crew will go with them to do paperwork. But let's have a look. Yeah, they're going off to do the paperwork. So, doctor and advanced paramedic are going off. Well, that's what they tell me they're doing. I think what they're actually doing is going to the canteen or going off to chat up the nurses. But they go in with the hospital crew, walking into the hospital building. Just stop and think about this for a minute. This is a free mod that is so clever that it knows that on the map there is a hospital here, and it knows to send them off into the building. It's just bonkers, isn't it? Really incredibly clever. So, if I get back into the heli-whopper again. What we would obviously do at this point, if we weren't streaming, is we would close the helicopter down. It simulates the time it takes to do the paperwork. Again, let that sink in. This is how detailed this mod is. The doctor's gone in there now with the advanced paramedic, and they're doing a handover with the A&E doctor, saying, right, we gave him these drugs, we gave him this plaster, we gave him a Snickers bar and a cup of tea, and we sang some jolly good RAF songs, and now they're all yours. And then the doctor knows what to do with them and knows what drugs they've had and all that kind of stuff. And it's simulating the time it's taken to do that. But of course we're on a stream, and you don't want to sit here for the next 45 minutes, exaggeration, listening to me waffling on about how well the grass is simulated and all that kind of stuff. Well done on getting the Optica in, by the way. That was definitely a short field landing. So I am going to call it quits now on the stream. We will end the stream now. Thank you to everybody who joined. I'm just going to jump outside, and then we can have a quick roll call of all the people who joined in the air. Thanks for joining, chaps. It's been an absolute pleasure having you along. It's always nice flying with other helicopters, and I know that you guys can't see the mission assets and all that part of it, but hopefully you get to see some interesting scenery, and we haven't got a clue where we're going to end up. So that always makes it interesting. But yeah, always good to have you along. And of course, thank you to you who have joined the live stream, and thank you to you who are watching this on repeat. Oh look, my crew. Hey, listen, see the crew coming back. That paperwork didn't take too long. I wonder if one of them's given up smoking, and maybe that's why the paperwork, in inverted commas, doesn't take so long now. Anyway, They're coming back. I'm going to let you get on with your Saturday. Thanks ever so much for joining. And as always, I will see you again on the next stream. Take care now. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.